Right now in Nigeria, you can spend 8 million, 9 million, even 10 million, but still end up buying a car that will frustrate your life. Not because you don't have money, but because you don't know what to look out for. In this used car market of Nigeria, some cars are not just used, they are already tired. Dollar is high, custom is high, shipping cost is also high. That is why many Nigerians are now moving towards buying Nigeria used cars. And on paper, it makes sense. But here's the truth most people don't tell you. A lot of these cars are sold at the exact moment problem starts getting serious, not when the car is still perfect. So if you don't know how to spot the signs, you are basically buying a car that someone else has already given up on. Let me show you 5 signs that a Nigeria used car is not worth your money. Number 1, delayed starting. You turn the key, and instead of the car starting immediately, it goes before it finally now starts. Now, a lot of people ignore this. They'll say, the car still started now. But that small delay is where the problem is, because a healthy engine should start almost instantly. That delay is usually pointing to timing issues, weak compression, or sensor problems. And let me explain why this is dangerous. Timing is like the coordination of your engine. Fuel, air, spark, everything has to happen at the exact right time. Once that timing starts shifting, the engine is no longer operating the way the manufacturer designed it. And in Nigeria, what causes this? Delayed oil changes, fake engine oil, bad mechanics, adjusting things wrongly, sensors that are failed but were never replaced. And here's the scary part. Today, it is just delay starting. Tomorrow, the car will start misfiring on the road. Next tomorrow, it will stall in traffic. And one day, it won't just start at all. And at that point, they're not fixing small issues again. You're opening the engine, and once you start to open the engine, you've entered a different level of spending. So if you notice delay starting, don't try to be optimistic. That car is already telling you something. Please run away. Second thing to watch out for, exposed wires under the bonnet. Open the bonnet, take your time and actually look around. If the first thing you notice is naked wires, rough connections, black nylon tied around cables and sensors, just relax and close it back. Because no manufacturer, whether it is a Toyota, Benz or Lexus, designed cars like that. What you are seeing is the work of what we call quack rewires. And the problem with rewires in Nigeria is simple. They don't fix problems, they just bypass it. Let me give you a real-life example. If Ford Edge comes into their workshop with overheating issue, instead of properly diagnosing the fan module, the temperature sensor, or the ECU control, they remove the module completely and connect the fan directly to the battery using wires. So anytime the car is on, the fan is just running. To the owner, it looks like the problem is solved. But in reality, the car is now operating outside factory logic, and that affects fuel consumption, engine performance, even long-term engine life. Now imagine buying that kind of car. You'll just be seeing different electrical faults every week, because once wiring has been tampered badly, it's very hard to return it to the original condition. Exposed wires are not just untidy work, they are a sign that the car has been properly mishandled. The third is special rituals. This one is very common, but people don't take it seriously. If a seller starts telling you things like, before you start the car, press the accelerator small, start it twice before you start it the real time, after driving, remove this fuse, just understand something. That car is no longer functioning normally. During my training days as a technician in Abuja, I saw this a lot with Benz. Mechanics will create a routine for the owner because they couldn't fix the actual problem. So instead of solving it, they teach you how to manage it. And Nigerians adapt very quickly. Before you know it, the owner is comfortable with the stress. But you as a buyer, you're about to inherit a system that is already compromised, because every ritual is covering up a failed sensor, a faulty module, or a deeper mechanical issue. The only acceptable ritual should be when security is installed in the ignition system of the car, like when you need to press the button to start the car. Anything other than that, again, run away. A fourth thing you should watch out for is blocked warning lights. This one is very deceptive. When you turn your ignition on, your dashboard should light up like a Christmas tree. The check engine should come on, the ABS, the steering, the VSC, the traction, and every other electrical system active on the car. They come on, then they go off in few seconds. That is the car telling you all systems checked. But in Nigeria, some sellers don't want you to see the problems. So what do? They block the lights completely. So when you turn the ignition, nothing shows, and you think the car is clean. Meanwhile, everything is wrong. Let me give you a real life example again. A customer bought a Lexus IS250, everything looked perfect, but it didn't notice that the steering warning lights never showed at all while he was starting it. 2 days later, steering started getting hard, then soft, then hard again. Eventually, the steering failed completely. It costed him about 600,000 naira to replace the entire electric steering rack assembly. Now imagine if you had noticed that light from day one. Anytime you check your car, don't just start it. Turn the ignition on before starting it. If those lights don't appear at all, something is being hidden. Fifth thing to watch out for is oil leaks everywhere. Now, this one is very common, especially in Nigeria. Open the engine bay and you see oil around. Valve cover, engine block, even near the radiator area. That engine is not clean. Now, yes, oil leaks can be fixed, but the real question is, why is the engine leaking in the first place? Because most times, it's not just one issue. It is a pattern of poor maintenance, using the wrong engine oil, overheating history, neglect. And once an engine has been through all that, fixing one leak doesn't restore the engine. It reduces the symptoms. So today you fix gaskets, next month another leak, then another. Before you know it, you have spent serious money chasing oil around the engine. Let me give a sixth or bonus thing to check out for. That is gear delay or hard shifting. Put the car in drive. If it takes time before it moves, or you feel a jerk when it enters gear, that transmission is already warning you. A good automatic gearbox should be smooth. You shouldn't feel like the car is thinking before moving. Now in Nigeria, many people ignore this because the car is still moving. But what they don't understand is gearbox problems don't stay small. Today it is slight delay, but next tomorrow it is a complete transmission failure. And once the gearbox goes bad, they're looking at 500k to 3 million naira, depending on the car.
In anything you do as a car user, if your car gearbox develops faults that it will require you to repair it, please, from me to you, don't repair it. If you don't have money to buy any gearbox yet, just go and keep your car, park it.
So if you feel anything strange while shifting, don't convince yourself that repair is not cheap. In Nigeria today, the most expensive car you can buy is not a Benz, it's not a Lexus. It's a cheap car with hidden problems. A bad car will humble you financially. So when you are going car shopping, don't let clean body, fine interior, sweet price deceive you. Focus on the signs, because once you ignore them, you won't just own the car. You'll be repairing it for the rest of your life.